Hey, so today I'm going to share with you the one thing that I wish my mother taught me. But before we get into that, I am Siobhan, your community cultivator, and I am deeply passionate about community, sisterhood, and personal growth. So if you're into that, keep on watching. So the one thing that I wish my mother would have taught me is how to acknowledge, identify, and express my feelings. And growing up and having a mother that was emotionally unavailable, I learned very quickly how to suppress my feelings. And those feelings that I never express literally just live inside of you, right? And so I was taught throughout the years, like, just keep going, you're gonna be fine. You know, even when my mother and I separated and I went on to live with my grandmother. And doing that was very unhealthy because since I didn't know how to express my feelings and identify and acknowledge what they were, I didn't know how to effectively communicate. So if someone was to ask me how I feel, I'll say good, knowing deep inside there was more emotion, but I didn't know how to pinpoint what it was. And it wasn't until recently that I really started thinking about, okay, well, how do you really feel? And allowing myself to sit with my feelings and define what they are, and then not trying to force them to be something that they weren't, but allowing them to just be. And I will say tapping into my feelings has allowed my growth process to move much quicker than it had in the past, is because I would think like, oh, today I'm feeling sad, and then I have to think about, okay, well, what's happening? And for me, anytime when it's around like Mother's Day, I don't feel emotionally good. And for years, I didn't know why, because I'm like, I'm a mom, I love my children, all that. But no, there was this emotional feeling that every time it was Mother's Day, I would feel like, right? And so I had to learn, okay, well, what is the feeling that you're having? Why are you feeling that way? And let's sit with them and process them. And my way of processing is through journaling. And so that is the one thing that I wish my mother would have taught me, how to acknowledge, identify, and express my feelings. Now I'm doing a much better job. So much so is what I tell my kids all the time. Like, how do you feel? And it's okay to feel angry if something has made you mad. If you're sad, that's okay. I allow them to have all of their emotions. Even if they're having multiple emotions at one time, it's okay. And then we're going to learn as a family, how do you work through those emotions so that way you can communicate effectively. And so if you're someone who can relate to having mother wounds and a toxic relationship with your mother, or just maybe things weren't the best when you were growing up as it relates to your mom, I created the Motherless Child Guidebook, A Sacred Space for Healing Your Mother Wounds, because I realized that there was more inner work that I had to do, and I knew that I wasn't alone, so I created a resource to support you on your journey. Now, I understand it is not easy work, but when I tell you, it is so worth it. And when you think about now that we have a little bit of time on our hands, you know, to kind of do the inner work and to grow, now will be the perfect time to get started. And so in the Motherless Child Guidebook, it is a 40-page guidebook that covers toxic and unhealthy patterns that you would see in your mom, how to identify if you have mother wounds, how do you heal your inner child, how do you create a new narrative for yourself, and so much more. In addition to the content, there's also soul writing prompts, because I'm a writer. I love writing, and it helps me really connect with my inner self, and so I want that for you as well. Also, there's video content, like 90 minutes of it, that will complement each section of the guidebook. And then I love music, so I created a playlist for you. I have affirmations and other resources that's going to support you on your journey. So all you need to do is go to themotherlesschild.com and invest in your healing today. Again, themotherlesschild.com. And if you don't need it, share this video, share my content with someone that you know, even if it's a young girl. Like, I wish something like what I created was available for me when I was in my teens, in my 20s, even in my early 30s. So I created it for you. But again, if you don't need it, share this video or share the resource or buy the resource for someone that you know that they can use to support. Again, themotherlesschild.com, and thank you so much for watching.